Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome new people to the channel. So I've been playing Kill Team now for, I don't know, a good 3 years or so. Absolutely love the game. And over the past 3 years, I think I painted up around about 26 different kill teams, maybe more, but that's kind of like a good ballpark figure. And kill zone boards. I believe I've made 4, maybe 5. I know there's one I've made and I didn't quite do a video on it, and it's a foldable one in a case. So yeah, I kind of get bored easy, guys. So I do like making stuff. Well, it's not about getting bored, it's like an excuse to make new stuff. So making a new kill zone board. So I made quite a few in the past 3 years. All the videos are on my channel somewhere. Go and dig them out if you want to have a little look at my previous kill zone boards. But each time I think they're getting better and better because I'm sort of adding bits that I like. And yeah, making them more user friendly and just fun to play on. So starting with obviously all the tiles I need for the walls, doors and floors. I've got a few places I like to go. One of my favourites is my mini factory, and a great design team that goes by the name of Print Minis. You'll have seen me use quite a lot of their stuff over the last year or so. Yeah, lovely grimdark Necromunda style stuff. So as you can see here, a whole variety of miniature figures, terrain and vehicles, and that's why this is really a good place to go, because it really has, well, everything you kind of need, and well, and so much more. So yeah, I've made quite a few Necromunda tiles up with a lot of their stuff, but they've got a new one that came out this month or maybe last month, and it's the Bismuth Vaults kit. But as you can see, yeah, a whole variety of walls, doors, supports, all the rest of it. So this is kind of what I'm going to be using to make the bulk of my new kill zone board with. As I just love the look of it. Obviously, like everything that Print Minis does, it's all modular, which is something I know we all love, because it means we can mix and match things to make them exactly how we want them to look, which is just great. So don't forget to check out their link down below, guys. As always, yeah, anything I kind of use in my videos, there's links down below. So simply a case of downloading all the files I needed. And then I wanted to show that you don't need a large 3D printer to be able to make, well, big boards up. So as you can see, I'm using my Sonic Mini 8K. It's got quite a small build plate, but you can still print awesome stuff on this. And if you haven't seen any of my videos before, yeah, I am short on space, which is why my 3D printers are in this small racking system, which basically means you can't lift their lids up and off. So I basically just cut them in half. And then put like a sealant around them, so they're a nice snug tight fit, but yeah, it means I can get to the printer nice and easy. So in my last video I just printed off like a single miniature on the Phrozen Mini 8K here. So it's a small build plate, but I wanted to show that the small build plate won't stop you from, well, printing off a large kill zone board, which is obviously what I'm going to be doing here. So it's just a case of getting the files I wanted, and then dragging them into the slicing software. But as I'm always saying, yeah, I am short on room, so I wanted to make a smaller kill zone board, one that doesn't take up half as much room as, well, my other ones, and one that I can sort of take, well, around a friend's house. So that's why all the files I'm downloading here, I'm reducing their size to 75%. So this will mean I will have to sort of print off print off some more kill teams. Yeah, any excuse to print off more. So I found 75% was a nice size, because the board still looks good, and I printed some miniatures off at 75%, and yeah, they look good too. So as this is the first time printing these kind of files sort of height-wise, I'm only putting a few on here to begin with, and then when it does sort of print out well, then yeah, I'm going to, fill that build plate full of miniatures. So the push of a couple of buttons and yeah, off it goes. And then yeah, sometime later I've got my first build plates, yeah, full of some walls, which is just awesome. So say I used this printer and I had it running for a good 12 hours, because obviously I wanted to print off lots and lots of walls, supports, columns, doors, all the rest of it. But say the first print, just want to make sure that these were going to print out fine with the settings. Because I don't mess about with any of the settings. These all come pre-supported, which is another reason why I love Print Minis' work so much. Everything is professionally supported, so everything prints perfectly. And not only that, but when you then come to take them off the supports, yeah, they just peel off a treat. It also helps that I'm using Frozen's RPG resin. It's a nice combination of great definition as well as flexibility in the model as well, which is awesome. So that's all the walls and supports, columns, all that kind of thing done. Now onto the floor, and as you can see, yeah, I'm risking it here. I'm going for some really thin floor panels, but as you can see, yeah, I can get loads on there in one go, which is just awesome. And yeah, as always, they've come out perfectly. The supports, yeah, they just come off a treat. These ones I actually did myself. As you can see there, yeah, the resin, it is bendy. So this is in just some warm water. This just helps to release the supports, as well as help clean the actual miniature or model or whatever part it is you just printed. So at this stage I wasn't too sure how many floor panels I needed, so I thought I'd print off quite a few, and then quite a few more, and yeah, I kind of got carried away and I just printed an absolute shed load. I had a rough idea of what I'm going to build, obviously, but when it comes to the amount of things I need, yeah, sometimes I wing it. So, good old MDF board. I love this stuff. Get this really cheap off Amazon. Packs of, I think about 25 I've got. A3 in size. Yeah, about 80p or about $1 per sort of A3 board, which is pretty cool. And then, yeah, gluing these down. So I'm using super glue just because, well, I want these things to glue down really quick, really fast. Sometimes I do use Gorilla Glue, as that one obviously gives you more time to position things. But obviously, yeah, I kind of knew what I was going to do here. So I put one down in the corner, and then just to make sure everything else lined up, yeah, I simply drew a line, well, from that one. And then, yeah, marked out exactly all the spaces. So I kind of had a grid first, just so I didn't make any errors when putting these down. So with these tiles, again, these are all from Print Minis. I've made a little change to these. As you can see, yeah, there's a little gap in the corners, and the reason for that, well, I'm sure you guys can probably guess. It's going to be a magnet. I love magnets, and yeah, for these kind of board games, magnets are awesome because it means that when I come to put the walls, supports, everything else on, everything stays in place. I can lift this upside down, nudge it, knock it, whatever, and things won't come off. So just going over the whole thing, give it a light sanding just to make sure everything is nice and smooth on the top. And then I say, yeah, good old magnets. As you can see, I buy these by the shed load. These are, what are these? Sorry about that, just had to go and stop and check. Yeah, these are 5mm by 2mm, which is pretty cool. So as much as I put obviously these tiles down, the centre circle there, or the corner circles, some of them are a little bit iffy. So just going over my Dremel tool, just to sort of make sure that each one is exactly the right size. And then I can just pop in the magnets. So usual thing with magnets, I've got my little magnet stick. I've got one with a red end, one with a black end, and then I know I'm going to get the polarity correct. So all the ones that are going on the floor, as you can see, yeah, all the red end. So with the walls, again, I did a bit of changing and mixing up with the files that I got from Print Minis. So these ones I've amended a little bit, give them a little bit of a kind of a lip down the bottom, as this is going to go round the side of the MDF. And this is where, again, I love Print Mini stuff. It's all modular, and in this case, everything just slots into each other, which makes things so much easier. So all these ones that are going around the outer edge, as you can see, there is glue there. So everything is going to get glued in place. And this is kind of how it's looking so far. So really pleased with how it is. Obviously, I've got a big gap over this end. And if you've seen some of my recent videos on my kill zone or kill team boards, yeah, I like incorporating little dice areas. So again, 3D printed. Made these up myself, obviously put on the side panels from Print Minis. Again, it's got the lip around the edge just so everything's going to be sort of nice and neat. So there's two dice areas, obviously one for each side. And then this little bit to fill in the gap is going to be for the tokens, the markers, and the health counters. And there we go, everything's glued in place, primed in white. So normally I kind of paint my kill zone boards black, and then do some dry brushing with some copper. But as I'm always doing that, I want to do something a little bit different. So mine's got a basic priming of white, and then yeah, it's going to get rusted over. So no messing about here, no fancy colours, keeping it nice and easy, but very effective. So with the rust, dirty down rust, yeah, you'll see me use this quite a bit because this is just magic in a bottle. Put it on neat in areas, water down the brush, and then just drag it, drop it, and move it around basically. So this way the walls will have some parts that are very rusty, some parts not so rusty. So trying to keep most of the real thick heavy areas along the bottom, as I kind of want it to look like, well, there's more rust down the bottom of all the panels. And then simply a case of, yeah, doing that all over really. Again, I dab it sort of neat here and there, get my brush nice and wet with some cleanish water, and then yeah, just keep dabbing it around. I find dabbing it just sort of spreads it better, makes it a little less, it's less consistent, so you can't really sort of see what areas, well basically there's no sort of drag marks is what I guess I'm trying to say. Yeah guys, anyone new, I don't script my videos. It's kind of obvious because sometimes I do get tongue-tied, sometimes I do repeat myself quite a bit. Yeah, I like to use the word amazing and awesome. That's in a lot of the videos because, well, I'm just having lots of fun doing what I'm doing. And I say certain products like this Dirty Down Rust, yeah, this just amazes me how easy it is to make something look like an absolute rust bucket. But I love it. So, nice and simple this paintwork, but yeah, definitely different to all my other kill zones or boards and stuff. So yeah, can't wait to start playing on this one. So while I was doing that, yeah, the Phrozen Mini 8K was printing off more bits, basically all the walls and supports for inside the kill zone board. Again, magnets, and as you can see there, I'm now using my little magnet holder with the black end. So this way I know that this is going to be the opposite to the other one, and they're going to attract rather than repel each other. And yeah, it's simply a case of pushing it in to all of these. And it really is that simple. And again, this is why I just love magnets. They are just amazing things. And yeah, easy to use, but fun. And then to finish off, simply a case of going over all the walls and the pillows and the doors. Pillows? Pillars even. Yeah, and give them the good old Dirty Down Rust treatment. So I've just had a little look and count up, and I've actually got 28 kill teams. There's quite a lot of orc kill teams, or variations of orcs as other sort of kill teams, as opposed to just orcs. So yeah, I've got loads. But say, because this board is smaller, yeah, I've got to go and print loads more out, which is such a shame. Yes, I didn't really mention too much about this, but the other print me sort of walls and supports here, yeah, literally just slot into each other. So easy to do. But the great thing is, obviously, because they've got the magnets in each of the columns there, they are going to stay in place, which is really cool. Even when you give them the old little flick test, yeah, so they are small magnets, but they're still strong. And there you go. Yeah, I'm such a kid. I love it. Yeah, can't say any more than that. So everything, say, slots really well. And the great thing with this is, obviously, it is modular, which means I can make any kind of sort of zone board I want, just mix and match. And yeah, can't wait to start playing on this one. So I only ever play kill team with a mate of mine, so that's why we can be loose on, well, the kind of terrain we play on, the rules we play with, and the kind of layout of the teams we play out. So say, yeah, I will be printing out a couple of 6-man teams, as we do generally prefer the 6-man team kill teams. So yeah, look out for a few of those turning up at a bit of a smaller size. And there we go, the board is pretty much done. There's only one last thing to do, and that's over in the corner there where the dice trays are. Obviously they're looking a bit unfinished, so what I'm going to do is get some orange felt. Gone for orange because, well, it's my favourite colour, and these were actually cut out on my laser engraver. Again, that's why I love the laser engraver. It's nuts. You can just cut all sorts of things out. So yeah, they get cut out, put into place, and then I'm ready to play a game. I've got all my dice, I've got my counters, got the health bars, and I say we use these little tokens that we, obviously when your kill team or kill player loses health, then yeah, we got these other little tokens to use for that. So I've gone up to 12. Generally don't need any more higher numbers than that. But yeah, again, these are just 3D printed. These were done in a video, well, a long time ago. Obviously, you love using them, and yeah, love it. So definitely a smaller size board, but works really well. So this is a normal size, obviously, miniature that I've got. As you can see, yeah, he's a little bit too big for this. It's like Land of the Giants. So actually, before I did this scale, I did print out one miniature just to make sure, well, I was happy with the size of the miniature, as well as obviously, yeah, doing the board to sort of fit him. So he fits in there nicely. So he's at 75%. So I will need to print out, say, a couple more kill teams initially, just to get myself started. But yeah, any excuse to print more minis, as if I really need one. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. As I say, I can't wait to start playing with this this new Killzone board once I've printed out some more miniatures. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff. Let me know what you thought of this and what kind of kill teams. I mean, I'm definitely going to have an Orc kill team. And yeah, normally like Space Marine-ish kind of kill teams is the other one we generally go to. But yeah, love the size of this. I say it is nice and compact. It is a lot smaller than the other one, so it'll fit on a shelf. And this one is easy to take around. But obviously the good thing is, yeah, nothing falls off. Yes, I've got these doors either side. My cunning plan is, again, this is where we play loose rules. You can walk off or through one door and come in the door on the opposite side, just to be able to sneak up behind the enemy. Anyway, before I start waffling on, I'm off. I'm out of here. You guys take care. See you in the next one. Bye for now.